Hello, welcome to Lothar's Guitar School. Today's subject is Melody and Chords of Donna Lee by Charlie Parker. But before I explain things, let's play a few bars. Donna Lee is the bebop classic and originally played in an insane tempo. For practice purposes, you can use my backing track at a slow tempo, 120 beats per measure. The melody is written like a horn solo with a lot of arpeggios and chromatic and diatonic approach notes. It's played with a triplet feel, but the faster you play it, the more even it becomes. It's useful to use a lot of pull-offs, slurs and hammer-ons, especially connecting the offbeats with the downbeats. And since the song is clearly written in segments, it's good to practice these individually. So let's start. The line starts on the major 7 of the A flat with the triplet and then goes down chromatically to the E flat, important note of the F7 chord, it's the flat 7. Diatonic approach to the A, the next important note, the major 3rd of the F7. Then we have an arpeggio going to the sharp 5 of the flat 7. Again, that same idea, a triplet, then going down diatonically and landing chromatically on the D. Arpeggio of the B flat 7, ending on the 5th. The next phrase starts with a chromatic approach from above and below to the E flat. Then we have an arpeggio of the B flat minor 7, starting with a chromatic approach to the B flat. Then the D flat is the 7th of the E flat 7, important. Then we have a chromatic approach to the F, chromatic approach to the B, G, E flat, which makes this augmented triad, chromatic approach to the C, and we have a nice arpeggio of the A flat. next phrase starts with a diatonic approach to the G flat, E flat, F, G flat, important note of the E minor 7. Very often this is just played as an A flat 7. This is a reharmonization with making it a 2-5 and substitute dominant. Nevertheless, it would end up being the same arpeggio, then ending on here, this the 7th of the D7 with the A flat 7, it would be the major third. The next phrase starts with the 9 of the D flat, with a diatonic movement ending on the D flat. This starts with the 11 and then to the minor third, important to show what chord it is, going down chromatically to the C again, the major third. And here we have a little chromatic motion, D flat, D, E flat, now going down, ending on a chromatic approach to the A of F7, and then we have a arpeggio again of the F7, our well-known triplet thing going down, ending chromatically on the D, the same as above here, just that this is coming from the F7 to the D flat 7. Here it was within the bar. And then we have chromatic motion. Here a double chromatic approach from above and below to the B flat, ending on the 7, the A flat. And then we have a little arpeggio motion then here chromatically ending on the E, which is the flat 5, making that a strong dissonant ending of the B flat 7. Now we have an arpeggio, but which is broken. We have the E flat, the D flat, again the 11, the minor third, then start the 5th, the flat 7, the 9, then going down and ending on the G with a double diatonic approach, A flat, F, G, arpeggio, our well-known triplet thing here, ending on the C of the A flat. So from here we have the same line as in the beginning, exact same repetition. Then we move diatonically to the E, which is the major third of the C, and then a clearly complete diatonic line. Then here again our triplet thing, repeated with another triplet thing, and an approach diatonic from above, chromatic from below. The next line is a very nice chromatic, almost chromatic line, and is played more or less even up to here. So we start with the 5th of the F minor, move up more or less chromatically, and on the E, which is the 3rd of the C7, and then move down to the A flat of the F minor 7, a diatonic motion, then a diminished 7th arpeggio moving down diatonically to the E flat of the A flat, diatonic to the A of the F7, again the 3rd, and chromatic approach to the F, then diatonic with a nice arpeggio again of the B flat minor 7, and then diatonically ending with a strong motion 5 to 1, a 4th up, which is the only time in the song where we have a 4th motion up and ending it on the 1, on the root of the 1 chord. So, like I mentioned before, the melody is constructed more or less like a bebop solo, with a lot of upwards arpeggios, downward diatonic and chromatic approaches, often from above and below towards the important guide tones. And if you practice the song, practice these segments individually and progress slowly with the speed. Now let's look for the chords. In the beginning I played the chords the traditional way, mostly with drop 3 voicings. If you're not familiar with drop 3 voicings, check out my lesson on drop 3 voicings. The rhythm is not to conflict with the piano player, just 4 beats per measure. And each quarter note is slightly muted, and the 2 and 4 are slightly accented. So let's look at the chords. The first one is the A flat major 7, followed by an F7. And I like this form because it only contains the root, the 3rd and the flat 7 and the octave, and leaves a lot of space open for the improviser. So he can use altered, or 9th, he can use 5th, diminished, augmented, 6, whatever. So it doesn't conflict with the chord we play. The next one is a B flat 7, which can also be played instead of this 4-part voicing with a 3-note voicing without the 5th. B flat minor 7, there you can use the 9 if you want to, because that's clearly Dorian, that would never have a flat 9 in it. E flat 7, A flat major 7, or A flat 6. Then E flat minor 7, D7, which is a reharmonization of the original A flat 7. Going to the D flat major 7, on a chart it says just D flat, but it's a major 7. Going to the D flat minor 7. Back to the A flat major 7, F7, B flat 7, B flat minor 7, E flat 7, A flat, and we are now at the beginning of the B section. So the chords are pretty simple. I'll do an analysis in a later tutorial, and it's pretty straightforward because it's derived from a traditional swing standard. So B section, A flat major 7, F7, B flat 7. Now we move up to the C7, the F minor. Please don't use any 7, and it just F minor. So again, to leave the improviser to play a 6 or 7, flat 7 or major 7. Now to the C7 sharp 9, which is always in the chord. You hear it in every recording, so the sharp 9 should be in there. F minor, C7, F minor, and instead of the A flat diminished 7th chord, I usually play a B diminished 7. It's just an inversion of that chord. So I can easily lead to the C minor 7, which is an upper structure of A major 7, C minor 7, F7, which is a nice 2-5, and then going to the B flat minor 7, E flat 7, A flat major 7. And that's it for traditional comping for Donna Lee. If you want to use more modern voicings, think of not playing the rhythm straight through. Think of using voicings with minor seconds in it, or major seconds. Those were the first 7 bars of it. A flat major 7, going to F7, to B flat 7, B flat minor 7, E flat 7, back to A flat major 7. That's the principle for using more modern voicings, a type that Mike Stern uses a lot in his comping. So I hope you'll like this lesson on Donna Lee, on the melody, analysis of the melody, and a few hints on chords. I hope to see you here soon at Lothar's Guitar School again. And before we end this tutorial, let's play the song slightly faster. And thanks, bye bye, take care.